Shalom, shalom. I wanted to come out here and record this real quick. Mind you, there was just, never mind. Looked like one disappeared. Look at this. Mind you, this is really close to my house. And it looks like that one is chasing that. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets shot now. Look at that. You see how it disappeared? That was looking for that, but that disappeared and it went right through it. Even got another one on. A lot of activity tonight in the sky. A lot of activity. You recording too? Okay. You recording?
Yeah, I take a picture.
I had to come out. I was in there preparing dinner for my sister. She's deaf. You know, she's not able to cook, and I'll just say, just for reasons I won't go into it. I'll explain. It's not business of everybody. Literally, if you see this thing, that is not a plane. That is not a drone. We're seeing these things for a reason. And April is right around the corner, so that means the new year. The birds have been active, and I posted many videos about them, and you guys have seen the multitude of birds that I've posted: the buzzards, the red finch, the yellow, gray finch, robins, sparrows, even blue jays and mockingbirds. It's the reason why they say his eyes on the sparrow. And it just goes to show that, as the Messiah said, think about the birds. The birds don't pray, they don't sow, they don't reap, they don't meditate, they don't do any of these things. And yet the Most High provides for them that does not pray to it, that does not fast, they don't do any of the things that we do and feel like we have to earn the things that the Most High gives us. And here's the thing. The Most High does things for us because the Most High's love. It's not something we have to earn. It's just something that we're given. You don't have to work for it. You don't have to sacrifice for it. So don't let these scamming, scheming, demonic pastors and preachers and these fake teachers tell you, I need you to donate to me so I can get you a blessing. Put your name in the chat so I can send you blessings. Not knowing what they're praying for. Who and what they're praying to. The next thing you know, when the stuff start going bad in your life, it's like, who are you letting pray for you? Because everyone who says they're praying for you, when they pray, they don't P-A-R-Y. But they pray as in P-R-E-Y. Be careful and know the difference. There's too many people out here. And it's no secret, especially if you're in a house with a bunch of demonic people, and they don't care. They would. And here's the thing. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. People are not being able to put on their masks. The mask is coming off. The veil will be removed, so you will see people for who they truly are. If they're demonic, they're not gonna be able to hide their faces. I've always said, if you want to know how somebody feels about you, go up to them at an angle where it kind of surprises them. Now that one's over there, see how that's back there behind the trees? Now pay attention to this. That literally just came from, that one back there came from that exact space. That literally just came from that same spot. But back to what I was saying. If you want to know how somebody feel about you, okay. Now look at this. I don't hear any noises. Now I hear it a little bit. Even the light above it, you see that? And the normal blinded person, oh, that's just a plane. Now look how it changes. Now it has the blinking red light. When it was back there, it didn't have a blinking red light. It had no blinking light at all. Now you see how that one has a blinking light, but when it was over here, it wasn't blinking. And it's not, and it's like they're flying in circles. These are 3 different objects flying around in circles. And if you know about circles, you understand. A lot of these ships are circular. Look at Independence Day. The first ship that came was a circular ship. Even in the second Independence Day, the second ship was bigger, but was still a circular. And here's the thing, the second ship that came, although it had the mother in there, that was not the mothership. The mothership was the one that was in outer space. The mothership would have covered the entire sky, not just part of it. It would have covered everything. There would have been darkness, total darkness. There's something flying over me that doesn't even have lights. That is not wind. That is something flying over. You hear that? That's something invisible. You got this one flying. This one, I don't know where this one came from. That one back there, it went farther out, slowed down some. It was actually really close now. It turned around. The one that already went that way turned around and went over back that way somewhere. Yeah, but like I was saying, if you want to know how somebody really feels about you, wait till they're doing something. And I don't mean to startle them, but usually when you catch somebody off, when you go to someone unexpectedly, if you look at their faces, how they feel about you, you'll see their facial expression. If someone doesn't like you, for half a second, you'll see their face. It'll look like a face of disgust. And then what happens is they'll notice it's you and then put a smile on. That's the mask. But I say this for a reason, and it's a warning. Be wary, because people masks, again, are coming off. And they're not going to be able to hide that fake persona. They're not going to be able to hide their true intentions, and they're going to treat you how they want to treat you. And some of my people are going to say, oh, that's just my mom. She don't mean no harm. That's just my dad. That's just my sister, my brother. And the thing is, even being a generational curse breaker, you're going to realize that, hey, I'm going through this, and you're going to realize the very people who are doing the things that are, whatever they're doing against you, you're going to see that they've been hurt in the past by somebody. But understand, there's a statement, and it's true. Hurt people hurt people. And you got to understand, some people do it because they feel like that's the only way they know how to love. But some people do it because they've been sent by Satan to try to make you feel like, hey, if this is the only way I know how to love, then that's how I'm going to show love. But if you are a generational curse breaker, a chosen one, a seer, star seed, if you are sent here, if you come here with a purpose and you have a mission, then you understand that that's not real love. Even the Messiah said, if you love me, then keep my commandments. And he told his disciple, he told Peter, if you love me, then feed my sheep. So for those individuals who I speak to, as the Messiah said, if you love me, feed my sheep. If you love me, then keep my commandments. And I say that for a reason. Because it's too many times people will smile in your face. Yeah, man, I love you. That love word, it goes a long way. You have to understand, with real love comes pain. Why I say that? Because when you love someone, it's like this. If you love someone, in a song, if you love something, then you have to let it go. But if it comes right back, then it means so much more. And if it doesn't come back, then lesson learned. Then you realize, hey, that wasn't meant for me, or I wasn't meant for them. But at least there's a lesson, and you understand that when certain people come in your life, you'll realize who needs to stay and who needs to go. Because truth be told, not everybody's meant to stay. Walking the narrow path means walking alone. And when the time comes for the people who are married, this is my soulmate. You have to realize, even if you love your significant other, if you love your mother, if you love your father, if you love your kids, even if you love your own life more than you love the Messiah, then you're not worthy of him. So you have to be willing to, at some point in time, you have to be willing to walk away from it all. Every prophet that you read about, and I'm not even going to say every major prophet, every prophet that you read about, It's been said they had some type of problem, some type of mental issue. Something was wrong with them. They was going crazy. But the thing is, when you're able to see, and I mean really see, you will understand that you will see things that others don't see. You will hear things others don't hear. Your mindset will be changed. Everything about you will truly be changed. And not everybody will understand that due to the fact it's not meant for everybody to understand. There's going to be things where you're going to go through some tests, trials, and tribulations, and it's to make you stronger. Some of these tests will come in dreams, visions, and the thing is, it's not to go out and tell, hey, I had this vision, and then this and that. Because a lot of the times, the Most High will show you things that's supposed to stay between you and the Most High. There's some things that's supposed to, that you will see that's supposed to stay between you, and it's not supposed to be revealed to no one. Because it's you, it's the Most High revealing your truth to you. Sorry. Something fell on the floor. I accidentally bumped something on the floor. God, can you pause that? TV. The remote on the chair. And I've actually experienced that myself, where the Most High has revealed something to me, and I'm like, am I supposed to share this with others? And I get that feeling that says no. Even when I try to share or make a video about certain things, the video will mess up, and it's like, I get it, you know. It's not always the Most High trying to prevent me from telling something. Sometimes it's the enemy. And sometimes it's not always the enemy. I realized plenty of times it was because of my procrastination. When I was supposed to do something at a certain time, or make a video at a certain time, or release a word at a certain time, and I didn't, I noticed that someone else was saying the very things that I wanted to say. And that's how it works sometimes. Partial obedience is still disobedience. So when the Most High has you to do something and you don't do it, when He's trying to give you something, if you don't do it, the Most High will give it to someone else. And they will end up benefiting on the very thing that the Most High tried to give you. And this is me speaking to myself. I say this thing with no judgment against anybody. But understand that truth has to be spoken. And many people do not understand when I say this, how I say it. They don't understand who is saying it. I would never claim to be something that I'm not. I know who I am and I know what I am. When I say I understand and I get it, it's because it's been something that's been shown and given to me for a reason. I say this with no ego, no pride, no arrogance. I too have been through some things. From when I was born, I have experienced 3 separate near-death experiences. When I was younger, there was an attempt on my life spiritually, a spiritual attack. I was told that my mom was feeding me, and when I told her this, she knew exactly what I meant, and she said, "Mike, there's no way you could remember that. You were a baby when that happened." I had to be maybe a month at most. And she said she was feeding me. And out of nowhere, I stopped eating and she was trying to get me to burp. She thought I had to burp. And all of a sudden, I started throwing up the milk. But it was coming out my nose and my eyes. She said she was trying to open my mouth so that I can throw up out my mouth, but she said she couldn't open my mouth because it felt like something was closed. It felt like something was keeping my mouth closed. And I'll be honest, you can say what you want. I've always felt like that was a demon holding my mouth closed to try and kill me and make it look like an accident, or to make it look like something that's just natural. But I realized it was something unnatural happening there. Even as I got older, I got real sick when I was in my teens. And I got double pneumonia in both my lungs. My left lung collapsed, and my right lung was on the verge of collapsing and filling with fluid. I had to be rushed to the hospital and put on a breathing machine because I wasn't able to breathe on my own. That was crazy. That's a whole story on its own. And then the one thing that most people don't know, I am a veteran. I was in the U.S. Army. And while patrolling in Baghdad, January 26, 2007, I got shot in the head by a sniper. I was told that after I got shot, I was not breathing, but I had a very, very weak pulse for about 5 minutes. And I was told that out of nowhere, I started breathing. And I've always said this, me being who I am and knowing what I know, I can't bring myself to say that out of nowhere I started breathing. Because I realized that the same spirit that put breath into Adam's lungs is the same spirit to put breath into my lungs. I was in a coma on life support for 3 days. I had to relearn how to walk, talk, read, write, and feed myself all over again. From the time when I was in middle school, when I became a teen, I was put on so many medicines because I was told that I wasn't focused. I was diagnosed with ADHD at a very young age. Even to this day now, I've been diagnosed with adult ADHD. And I realize it's because my mind, that people will be quick to tell you that, oh, you're overthinking, but not realizing that your mind is not normal. What you call overthinking, it's like my mind is multitasking. It's a gift. I can think about multiple things at once, how to solve multiple problems at once. But my thing is like when it comes to solving those problems, how to prioritize what I'm supposed to solve. And that's the thing. Sometimes I have things in my thoughts, it's like I think that I'm supposed to fix them, but it's majority of the times it's things I'm really just supposed to observe and learn. And I'll start thinking, well, what if I help them? Or what if I do this? Or what if I do that? Or worse, what if I don't do anything? Or what if I don't help? Because a lot of people don't realize that you're not going to only be judged by the things that you did and the things that you said. You're going to be judged by the things that you didn't do and the things that you didn't say. Because you can help somebody with a few words, and you not doing that, that just goes to show you lack love. If you love me, feed my sheep. You know, some of you have the gift of helping others. And you can cause somebody to heal just by giving them a word of encouragement. Or you can cause them to break by saying things that you're not supposed to be saying, or doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. That's why everybody's not meant to be teachers. Everybody's not seers. Everybody's not these things that they want to be until you have to go through those things. Believe me, wisdom is not free. Wisdom comes at a price. When you have wisdom, when you are wise, you'll realize that you're going to lose the majority of the people that you want in your life. You're going to lose a part of yourself. But it's a price you have to be willing to pay in order to get where you're supposed to go. You have to go through hell to get to heaven. The Messiah did it, and we have to do it. Everything the Messiah experienced and the way the Messiah did it, the way the Messiah said it, we have to follow in the Messiah's footsteps on the straight and narrow. He told his disciples, I go to a place where you can't go. And most would assume, oh, he's about to die. So since he's about to die, he's going to a place where we can't go. And people would think, well, hey, if I die, then I can go to the place where he went. Nope. You have to walk in his footsteps. You have to follow the path that he's taken. The path that leads to being alone. The path that leads to when you don't feel loved. When you feel unseen. And I'll be honest, I feel like that some days. I feel like I'm in a roaring fire and I'm yelling out and no one hears me, no matter how loud I yell. Sometimes I feel like my light is shining and no one sees me. And I had to realize that I'm doing so much. I didn't realize that, my light irritates others' demons. And it's not that they don't see me, it's that they try not to see me. They don't want to see me. They don't want to see my light shining bright because it shows their flaws. It shows their demons. It shows what they're trying to hide. And they can't help but to hate me. They can't help but to not want to be around me because I make them feel a certain way. And here's the thing. Instead of staying around in that energy, that hateful, rejection, demonic energy, I'd rather remove myself from the equation. And then that way, no one can say that I make them feel like this. I make them feel like that because I can't make you feel like nothing. Only you can. The one thing I learned to do, when people say, you make me feel unwanted, you make me feel unloved, I write that down, but I replace you with I. So when I'm reading it as them, and they're not really saying that you make me feel unwanted, but what they're saying is talking to themselves. I make me feel unwanted. I make me feel unloved. Due to the fact that they don't love themselves the way that they see how you love you. They feel unloved by the Most High because they don't love the Most High. They don't hear from the Most High because they don't try to speak to the Most High. The world cannot speak to something that it can't see. The world can't hear from something that it doesn't believe in. So if they don't believe in you, then they don't believe in the Most High. I didn't mean for this video to be this long. I just went outside and wanted to go and show the objects in the sky. But I'll close this here by saying, Shalom, shalom, shalom. Peace, love, and light. And as always, I love you. The Most High loves you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Ashe.